Hello and welcome to the MasterCraft guide, where you can learn anything about the game of Minecraft. This is episode 1. In this episode, I'm going to go over block breaking, which is a very basic thing in Minecraft. I'm going to explain some of the rules of gravity, and I'm going to go over the inventory display. Okay, so block breaking. One of the most common things you do in the game of Minecraft is you alter this world of blocks, and you do that by breaking blocks apart and placing them wherever you want, pretty much. That's one of the incredible things about this game. The possibilities are pretty much endless. So let's grab some dirt. This is dirt right here. It is one of the most common blocks in the game, probably the most common, or probably stone. But anyway, to break a block, all you do is you go up to it. When you do, you'll notice it gets highlighted with a thin line around the edges. And I can place my crosshairs on any block, and that will change which block I am focused on. Now to break it, I just go up to it, and I hold the left mouse button down, just as I was normally punch anything. So you just hold it, and as you do that, the longer you hold it, you'll notice cracking lines that appear on the block. And that's to indicate that the block is being broken, and it indicates also how close to being broken it is. So if I just keep holding it down, it breaks all the way, and a little block pops out, as you see right there. And it floats, and all I have to do to grab that is go up to it, and I collect it. And I don't have to switch back to my hand to break more blocks, as you saw earlier, or just a second ago. I can just keep holding the block of dirt to continue breaking blocks. And so to place blocks, you right-click. Same deal, you just focus on any square you want to place the block, you right-click, and there it is. And I can just keep building on top of this if I wanted to. But let me demonstrate one of the rules of gravity in this game, actually, because they're not the same as in our world that we live in. So let's say I wanted to place a block right here. Well, I can do that, but as you'll notice, it's not obeying the law of gravity. It's pretty much just floating right there in space, and I can even take out these lower blocks, and these blocks will remain floating. This isn't always the case in Minecraft. Most blocks are like this. They don't follow any sort of gravity, but certain blocks do. Here is sand. Now let me break just a few blocks of sand down and give you an idea. Now, as you'll notice in the bottom of my screen there, right at the very bottom where I'm scrolling along here and selecting different slots, this is my quick access inventory. Now, I've already got some dirt and some sand, and to move between these slots, all I have to do is use my mouse scroll wheel, or I could hit the numbers on the keyboard. So to access slot number 1, I could hit 1. To access slot number 6, I can hit 6, and so forth. I can just jump around that way, or I can just use the scroll wheel on the mouse. And that is the quick access inventory, where you place items that you want to access frequently. Alright, so I've got some sand here. I've got 4 pieces, as you can see, and I'm just going to place it right here on the side of this block. As you'll notice, it falls down. It does obey the law of gravity. And there are other blocks in the game that do that. And so as we go along in these tutorial videos, I will, mention typically if a block does or does not obey gravity. So as you saw with sand and dirt, they break down fairly quickly, right? It doesn't take too long for these blocks to break up, but not all blocks are the same. Let's say I wanted to break down some wood, for example. As you'll notice, it's taking a little bit longer than the dirt does. And some blocks, like stone, those gray blocks way yonder in the distance, maybe you can't see them, maybe you can, those take even longer, and sometimes you need tools for certain blocks to actually get to actually harvest the block or gather it. Alright, now let's take a look at the inventory here. If I hit the E button, it brings up this interface here, and all this space right here is the rest of my inventory. This down here is the quick access inventory I explained earlier. And you can use this to transfer items between the two. So if I wanted to take this sand out and put it in my larger inventory that is not the quick access inventory, I can just left click it once, and then it'll be stuck to the mouse cursor, and I will left click again to drop it in my sort of my backpack or my larger inventory. So now if I hit E again, you'll see that just the dirt is in my quick access inventory here. And if I want to access that sand again, I would just hit E, left click, and then just hold it. Or no, I don't have to hold it. It's stuck to the cursor, and then just drag it over and left click again. And there it is. So that's the inventory. This is my character here. He kind of follows the cursor as I move it around the screen. These four spaces right here are for armor. I'll get to armor in a future video, don't worry about that. And this here is the crafting area. One of the most important things in the game of Minecraft is taking materials that you gather and making them into something new. And so in this 2x2 area here, you can place certain blocks down and you would get an output item here. And so that's the crafting area in your inventory screen. Okay everyone, that wraps it up for this first episode. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please give it a like. And I hope you stick around for future episodes because I am going to I'm hoping to go over everything in the game of Minecraft, as it is a increasingly complex game. There is so much to learn, but it is a ton of fun, I promise you, unless you're not into this kind of game, and that's totally fine. But it is a ton of fun once you get to learn the mechanics of it all. Alright, so I will see you in future videos. Take care.